Salvē, Mika, and welcome. Today we are in John chapter 4, taking a look at verses 6. Here is everything that we're looking for as we go through. Let's do it. Erat alpum ibi fons Jacob Jesus ergo fatigatus ex itinere sedebat sic super fontem hora erat quasi sexta. And the way I was reading that had no sense or logic behind it. Erat, we've seen before, that is our third singular imperfect of sum esse fui. It's active and indicative. Autem just means but, so I'm going to put that at the beginning. Ibi means there, so looks like we've got a declarative statement, but there was there, or in that place. Fons, since we've got in s right there, we know that this is a nominative singular, the third declension, and this word I believe is feminine or no, masculine. It's going to be masculine. There was their fountain or spring. Jacob Jesus. Jesus we know is a subject form, nominative, singular, masculine. Just doing that to clear it up from here. So what is Jacob doing? Jacob could be nominative, but we've already got Jesus as nominative. Jacob could be genitive, owning the fountain, and that's a pretty good reason for him to be right there. Dative doesn't make much sense since erat could also take the dative, which we would in either way would have a possessive, except yeah, actually dative would work. I was about to say it wouldn't work because we have two nouns connected with erat, but we only have the one. So yeah, genitive is perfectly reasonable. Dative is also perfectly reasonable. Dative I think actually works better here since we don't have a second noun for erat to connect to. Yeah, I'm not going to parse it, but of Jacob, either way. Jesus, ergo, therefore. Fatigatus, ex prepositional phrase. We don't have any verb right here, but we do at sedebat, so let's go ahead and take that. Bat, third singular imperfect. Active, indicative. Was sitting, began to sit, kept sitting, used to sit. So since Jesus just arrived, began to works, or just was sitting, I'm going to go with began to. Seek, so that ends that. So coming back to fatigatus, I have the US right there, so that is a nominative singular masculine. This comes from fatigo, fatigare, fatigavi, fatigatum. So it's the fourth principal part. Therefore, since it's masculine, it's a participle. Perfect, passive, participle, except, no, that works. Having become tired, ex plus the ablative. You find with that E right there, itineris, so the E, singular, and neuter, yes, neuter. From, no articles, journey. Seek, thus, super, prepositional phrase, looks like it's taking the accusative here with the EM. Singular, fons, we already know is masculine. Ora is the wrong case, so it ends right there. And super normally means above, but it can also just mean on. Fountain or spring. Hora, looks like we've got a new clause here, so this would be, therefore Jesus began to sit on fountain, having become tired from the journey. Hora, that could be an ablative singular or nominative singular. Got a form of sum again, so nominative makes more sense. Feminine. Hour was quasi sexta. Sexta is the correct case right here to be another nominative singular feminine connected with erat. Quasi means just as, or in this case with sexta and the word hour would mean about. It was about sixth. And I don't know what that translates to in our hours. Probably what? Noon? Yeah, I think noon makes most sense. We'll see more context when we get to the next couple weeks. All right, now from the beginning. But there was there fountain or spring of Jacob. Jesus, therefore, having become tired from the journey, began to sit thus on the fountain or spring. Hour was about 6th. And from verse 1. Therefore, as Jesus perceived that Pharisees heard that Jesus makes more disciples and baptizes more than John, although Jesus was not baptizing but his disciples, he left behind Jews and went away again into Galilee. It was behooving for him to go across through Samaria. Therefore Jesus comes into town of Samaria, which is called Sychar, near a farm which Jacob gave to Joseph his own son. But there was there a fountain of Jacob. Jesus, therefore, having become tired from the journey, began to sit thus on the fountain. Hour was about 6th. So far, so good. Now, before we go, real quick, note fatigatus there. This is a very important word, and you'll know what I'm talking about if you saw the Greek one from earlier this week, or if you sorry, car's doing weird things out the window in front of me, or if you have been watching the Athanasian Creed videos that I've been going through. This is just one of the verses here that shows the humanity of Jesus. There are others that show his divinity. Yeah, I think that's all I have for you. Thank you very much for joining me. Have a very good day. Wale.
What? You're still awake? Why are you still here then? You should be reading a book. Or if not reading, you should watch one of these other videos. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment. See you next week.